guys, welcome back. Today we are finally building a eco lifestyle build in the new world. We are in I believe it's Port Promise here in Evergreen Harbor, and we are building the build I had in mind when I first saw Eco Lifestyle. I think the first container, Eco Lifestyle obviously lends itself to container builds, and I haven't done one yet. I've done a couple that kind of had inspiration from that, like used that texture, that metal texture. But this is actually our first container build. And the first thing I had in mind when I saw was these container coffee shops. They're fairly, I have mostly seen pictures of them. I was actually talking to my husband about this and being like, I've never really seen anyone do this in real life. And then he pointed out to me, there's actually one at the end of our block. There's like a shopping center that they have built out of containers at the end of our block, but I just didn't even recognize it as a container, which I think is probably the goal of most container builds. Like a lot of the ones that the default pack came with are very containery, and this one keeps a lot of it. Like I use the doors here, I use the metal texture, but it is at the end of the day, you wouldn't look at it immediately. It immediately screams shipping container, which I think is the goal of a good shipping container build. So here we are. It is a 2-story. So the idea here is that you kind of stack 2 shipping containers, cut off the side of one to make this kind of upstairs balcony area, and then we have a big front porch dining area. So you have some indoor, outdoor. It's a very small, but containers are small, little space, but you don't need a lot of room. And right now we are working on the landscaping. So I wanted this to have that eco feel, to have a lot of green, to have a lot of those repurposed recycled woods, like it's recycled from a container. So I wanted it to, especially because I envisioned it always in this very urban, with the shipping containers, I think is wonderful. But I wanted it to have that reclaimed feeling, so I put a lot of landscaping in. Probably an improbable amount for a coffee shop. I don't think they could probably really afford this landscaping, but it's The Sims. So in The Sims, our coffee shop can have amazing landscaping. So it's got this hedge that goes all the way around, which also kind of helps it feel, I think, more centered, because you have this lot is so beige and it's in the middle of a shipping container parking lot. So I felt like that kind of centered the building and made it feel like it had some sort of ground underneath it and not just this pavement, this idea that you kind of built this garden up on top of it. So we're adding in, of course, the dumpsters and some parking for bikes, some outdoor picnic tables. I, of course, needed to add the dumpsters. So if you want to come here and get your coffee, dumpster dive for a meal, hang out, eat. You've got 2 dumpsters to choose from back there. And then I also stuck a recycler back there so it can, because that's useful in the eco lifestyle gameplay too. Here I'm fighting with these stairs, and finally got them to work. Wanted a little bit of a better flow for how the stairs went upstairs. And then we're going to work on our counter for the coffee shop. I love how these doors, I love that they give this big open glass, but they serve as the door. We added in a metal awning. I believe that comes from Island Living. And then kind of just cleaned up this landscaping out here. This is totally functional, totally play tested, by the way. So it's just a cafe. It felt too small. I really wanted to kind of dual purpose it a little bit, but there aren't a lot of lots in this world, so I feel like it's a little hard to sacrifice a whole lot for just a cafe, but it's cute. I feel like it fit in. I tried to add a little bit of the community gameplay. I really wanted to use that garden sign. I love that sign from Eco Lifestyle, but it didn't really fit. And here I'm adding a lot of these outdoor signs came from Debug. So definitely, especially I feel like if you want to build something that's a little more urban feeling like this, dig in the debug menu. That's where you type in the bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects, because you will find a lot of like the outdoor furniture that they use on their community lots and when they're building the worlds, which is really helpful when you're building a community lot like this, to give it that kind of urban feel. So it helps a lot to kind of blend it in. So we're just finishing the outdoor here, and we're adding a bathroom, which is obviously essential. I did keep, so this container door is obviously non-functional, because I stuck a bathroom on top of it and it doesn't even go anywhere. I think I put it on the back of the container. I kind of like that idea, like that they just left it there and kind of built over on top of it. I felt like it added to the converted container feeling. I don't know, like these were real coffee shops, but I've never really been in a coffee shop that has a lot of plants inside. I think because plants, tend to keep a lot of upkeep, and a coffee shop's probably enough upkeep on its own. But I really feel like it went with this whole eco theme to have all the plants inside, have all the plants outside, to just keep that organic vibe going. And so we're gonna add in these little shelves here, add in these coffee bags, also come from Debug, and our labeled coffee, which I spent a long time looking for them, only to realize you can just type in coffee and they'll come up, and most things in Debug aren't labeled, so that's amazing. I put in a ton of these little triads from Discover University, which if you don't have, I think the only things in here, the stalls are from Discover University. This one is pretty Discover University, but those little 3 plants, because they come in so many different swatches and are like the perfect size to stick on a table or clutter with, are so useful. I really like them. So we're gonna just finish decorating the inside of the cafe here. And we are actually pretty close to done. We're gonna go, we have the upstairs to go through, but I just wanted to say thank you guys so far who have commented, who have subscribed to my channel. I'm going to try to upload videos. My plan is to upload videos every Friday at about, I think it's noon Eastern, 1 Eastern time. So if you keep an eye out, you won't ever miss videos. There will be a mix between my next one. This is no custom content completely, absolutely no custom content. And my next one will also be no custom content. It's actually a base game build, but I will have a mix of custom content and base game. And if I get enough of backlog, I might try and upload one of each week. But for now, I'm just gonna stick with one. Working on the little dining area out here. I really love outdoor dining. I think it's one of my favorite things to build in the game, are these like patio areas. There's just something really cozy about them. But like I was just saying, thank you guys for watching. If you have any sort of builds you would like to see, if you have any feedback, if you have a preference for what you want to see on the channel, please let me know. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you in the next video. Enjoy the screenshots. Bye.